A week ago, I gave a presentation in university to 50 people and I wasn't nervous at all.
This might be the norm for some of you, but I've always struggled with being calm when public speaking.
Every time I gave a presentation, my hands would start sweating, my heart rate would increase, and I would run out of breath all the time, causing my voice to be shaky.
But by applying a few principles that I've learned over the years, I was able to give a presentation without being nervous at all, which is kind of strange because I've always thought that getting nervous was a part of public speaking and that there was no way around it other than coping with the stress.
Therefore, in this video, I'm gonna break this belief you might have. So if you can relate to being nervous when presenting and to all the challenges that come with it, this video is probably gonna be very valuable and I advise you to stick till the end.
Because I promise you that if you watch this video and apply the things I'm about to teach you, you will be able to public speak without getting nervous.
To do so, I'm gonna show you the 3 lessons that allowed me to give a presentation without getting nervous. Lesson 1. Choose an interesting topic.
Even if you don't get to choose your own topic, you can always shape it in a way that you find it interesting.
For example, the topic I got assigned for my presentation was sustainable technological development, but I approached it in a certain way that allowed me to talk about an AI tool that at first glance one might think that has nothing to do with the original topic. To do so, I linked sustainability with code churn, then linked code churn with AI, and finally linked AI with the tool.
This just goes to prove that no matter what topic you get, you can always end up talking about something that's interesting. And the key here is to talk about something that's interesting to you, not to your audience. Because if you choose the topic only considering the audience, you'll end up with a shitty presentation that doesn't interest you, and that's worse than the one you could have made if you chose a topic that actually interested you.
And the reason you want to give the presentation about something you like is that when you talk about something you enjoy, you zone in and forget about everything else.
Because I'm sure you've had this moment at least a few times in your life where you're talking about something you enjoy so much that after you're finished, you wonder how you spoke so well and how you were so smooth and so fluent.
Lesson 2. Don't over-prepare.
If you're like me and usually get nervous when public speaking, you're probably spending a lot of time preparing your presentation, right? But this is actually making you more nervous. Because the more time you spend preparing your presentation, the more you show your brain and body that you care about the presentation, which leads to higher stress and to being more nervous when presenting.
Obviously you want to prepare your presentation, but if you're scripting word for word what you're gonna say, or even worse, you're memorizing the script, you're doing too much work that is gonna make you more nervous, and that's ultimately gonna yield a worse presentation.
So you need to leave some room to improvise, define the general structure beforehand, but improvise the rest during the presentation. This will not only make you less nervous, but also make the presentation more spontaneous and entertaining.
The key here is to practice a few times before giving the presentation, and with a few times I mean once or twice, because if you practice more, you're gonna end up memorizing the presentation.
What I like doing is practicing once after I'm done preparing it, and another time the same day I have to give the presentation.
Lesson 3. Be conscious while presenting. You need to be aware at all times of how your body is feeling and reacting to the stress. You need to notice when you start breathing faster, when you start speaking quicker, and when you start to get nervous.
The biggest problem I faced when getting nervous while public speaking was that my breathing would accelerate and I would always be out of breath. I had the same feeling as when you're trying to speak while exercising. But the worst thing was that since I was trying to hide that I was nervous and out of breath, I would start breathing even faster and getting even more nervous.
Therefore, you need to be conscious while presenting to identify when you speak faster and slow down. Because one of the biggest reasons why you're getting nervous is that you're speaking way too quickly and you're barely leaving any pauses between sentences. So try to speak slower and to wait a few seconds between sentences. Also, don't look at a wall or at the floor while presenting thinking that it will make you less nervous. because it will do quite the opposite.
You see, in most of my presentations, I was the kind of person that never looked at the audience because I thought that if I didn't see them, I couldn't get nervous. But I've actually came to realize that looking at the audience makes you less nervous.
Maybe it's because when you hold eye contact, you realize that they are just humans and that there's no reason for you to get nervous.
But honestly, I don't really know if that's the reason. All I know is that it just works and it makes you less nervous. And that's all I have for today. I hope you found the video valuable and see you on the next one. Good luck!